Time travel.
Time travel.
Time travel.
Time travel!
This is Time Travel, and you're on Spirit Live.
Here with
Kaylee.
James, Ryan, and Owen.
Thank you, Time Travel. I love this song.
This song makes me feel.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Welcome to Time Travel Episode 2, Season 3. We have a fun one for you guys today.
We do. As you see, am I on right? I'm on. Yeah, I just don't hear myself. Let me turn up. So yeah, as you see, James looks like this right now. James, tell us what this is about.
We don't need to talk.
We don't need to talk about it.
My God. Get that thing off of me. Let me tell ya.
Yeah.
This week was the week of failed bits. Everything we tried to match the alter ego, it just failed. I thought, I'll wear a bald cap, and then I ordered this horrible thing. It looks like a swim cap. Terrible. And then we tried to do this cover where I was evil or something, and it looked so bad. I looked like the Joker's goon. I looked like a ghoul. Why so serious?
Yeah, so we got some pretty awesome cover shoots today. As you guys could see here. So I guess
But check
we
out
got
the
it.
official one on our Instagram. That one's good.
The official one. There was a good rebound.
Yeah. We had to improvise.
Yes, Ryan
to
James
that
did
one.
very well with the rebound there. I hope you guys like the visuals. But I guess now, since everyone's probably a little confused as to what's going on, James, did you want to explain the theme?
Man,
at hand
it's
today?
alter ego. It's your alter ego. So
So in an
your
alternate
opposite.
universe, you are a bald man.
Yeah.
You are a spooky man.
Yeah, and in the alternate universe, I was this ghoul or bald. I'll get to that later.
They're
with
both
mine.
kind of the same thing, honestly.
Being bald is kind of ghoulish.
And we also have a really cool interview today that we're excited for.
Yes,
No one has seen
amazing
it except
interview.
the creator. So yeah, we got a really awesome artist that we're interviewing today. So we're really looking forward to that.
I feel like I don't really fully know the gist of the alter ego. Could someone who's more knowledgeable explain it a bit better?
This is kind of how I interpreted it. I was like, it's kind of like when Batman goes out on patrol. It's like night passes, the beacon goes out, right?
Okay.
Now he's Batman. He's not Bruce Wayne anymore.
Whoa.
That's like me.
I like that.
Okay.
When I'm listening to my music,
Okay.
and I switch to a different genre or a different style of music, I become this other person. I'm not
You're actually popping off.
I'm actually popping off. I'm not this other person anymore. I'm not this rock lover. I'm a cowboy who longs for the rural roads he grew up in.
Yes, wait, I get that.
I mean, I can't lie. That was a pretty good explanation off the bat. Do you want to take it away with your song?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna give a little definition of what anti-folk is, real quick, and you're gonna have to keep this in mind for our little interview that I did, because it's very important. So anti-folk is this kind of subgenre of folk music, who it kind of came from folk artists who couldn't get traditional gigs in traditional places. It first started in the mid 80s, around then, and it would start at these small bars and small venues. Most notably, this one called Fort, and it was this bar, and I guess it must have been really sketchy because it was shut down by the police in 1985.
As they love to do.
As they love to do. But
Of course. A lot on this show.
But
Police close everything.
I feel like that's not something I'd really associate with folk artists, so I thought that was really interesting. Anyways, these venues moved around and eventually ended up at one of the most premier spots for folk artists, anti-folk artists specifically, called the Sidewalk Cafe. And one of the artists that you might know, being the Moldy Peaches, Kimya Dawson, who was pretty big on Juno's Juno soundtrack.
Okay.
So if you're a fan of Juno, this is maybe something you would know.
Okay.
That is one of the premier. She played with a band called the Moldy Peaches, and they kind of went really big. They signed to this thing called Rough Trade Records, and that's when that kind of subgenre a little took off. So we're gonna listen to this song by Jeffrey Lewis, who is one of my favorite artists in that particular genre.
Remember, that's the background music. You gotta fade up on this.
I am fading up on it.
Oh, you're fading up on it? You want me to roll? Okay, sick. Sorry. I heard
You-
the background music getting louder, and I was like, oh, wait, what just happened?
No.
Okay.
I got this. Okay. So we're gonna listen to this little song. It's a little bit mainstream in terms of this guy's catalog because it's kind of something he's been defined by. He released it around the start of his career in the early 2000s, and it's something that's kind of followed him for a while. So maybe it's a little lame to play it, but I think it excellently kind of portrays the satirical aspects of, like anti-folk, and it just kind of like takes this folk thing for a little more personal,
So
a
it'll be
little
like-
more dark turn.
Like a good introduction to anti-folk, you would say.
I would say absolutely. If this is something you enjoy, I would look into it further.
All right, let's do it.
This is Last Time I Did Acid, I Went Insane by Jeffrey Lewis.
Nice.
Night in July, I think 6 years ago. Why did I eat the acid? I don't know. I wasn't thinking and I wasn't scared. Why did I eat the acid? I wasn't prepared. The last time I did acid, I went insane. I was hanging with some friends, just getting loaded, when all of a sudden my mind exploded. I had a flash that I was gay and I got paranoid. I was sitting on the floor listening to Pink Floyd. The last time I did acid, I went insane. And I was drawing crazy pictures, and before I was done, the picture started pulsing like an alien lung. And I said, oh my god, this has just begun. And it was 12 more hours before I was done. We were up on the rooftop, and I'll tell you the truth, I was convinced I'd already fallen off of the roof. And these weird metal things all around that space were teleporting me from place to place. The last time I did acid, I went insane. So we ran back downstairs where it was better to be, but I was trapped in spiral staircase infinity. And when we got to the door, I couldn't go inside, cause it was the gates of heaven and I had died. The last time I did acid, I went insane. And this kid named Grim, he punched a cat in the head. He could read my thoughts, that's what he said. And he described what it was like, but I didn't believe it. Like lifting a rug and seeing stars beneath it. Ooh. And the first rule of tripping was don't be.
And that was Jeffrey Lewis's The Last Time I Did Acid, I Went Insane.
Nice.
He really has so much personality on the voice, I find.
Yeah. He's one of the more like, I don't know, is eclectic a bad word? But
Totally.
it's totally a bad word? Okay, no. He's
Totally eclectic.
He is so eclectic and he's so awesome, and he's just got this great personality that like it really draws you into his music and everything, all the art he produces. It's just great.
How does this connect to your alter ego?
So my alter ego is the kind of usually it's like rock and like emo and stuff like that kind of rhyme, but this one is he's on the bus and he's taking the bus to Detroit and he's living a different life, and I'm living off my means, I'm a hippie, I'm all those type of things, and
That's
it's like
kinda your Batman.
I'm like sitting next to the window, like the window's right here, I'm like leaned against it looking at the road.
But
Not-
still feeling semi-emo, I must say.
Yeah.
you're still feeling semi-emo. You can't escape it.
It kind of follows me, yes.
Reality.
Well, I mean, I think your alter ego has to like follow something. Like some things have to stay in suit from like your
Absolutely.
normal self. It
Yeah.
can't just be something that's like a complete 180.
Just like Batman, they both
Okay.
got money.
Yeah.
The Batman episode.
The Batman episode is next week, by the way.
All right. Well, yeah, that was Jeffrey Lewis.
I really like that one.
I love Jeffrey
Me too.
I haven't
Lewis.
heard that one like in a few years.
Oh, it's so
nice to be
classic.
reminded of it.
That was the first song I heard when I got AirPods for Christmas when I was like
Nice.
like 14. I was
Nice.
like, oh, it was so good too. It was really changing experience, I guess.
Mhm.
Anyways,
Okay. What order should we go in now? Do you want to go like this way, Kailey? Do you want to go
Yeah,
next?
I can go.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm
Let's do it.
bringing in something completely different genre, which we got a lot of versatility going today. This song is called Egowar, after the name of our topic today.
True.
By Gang Gang Dance. There's a lot of songs that use the name Ego, actually. So I was like kind of just like going off that. That was my first inspiration. And then I kind of came up with this incredibly like cringy, almost like an analogy for why this is my alter ego, but like let me dive into it.
Okay,
We're
no, go
going
in.
for
We
a
have
stretch
time.
a little
We
bit,
have
but
time,
like
no, don't worry, we got
but
crazy time.
stick with me here. Okay, so you understand how there's like some kind of music that you like have to kind of like really get outside of yourself in order to enjoy, because it's like so overwhelming and breaks like every single rule of what you know of as music. Like for instance, like with really hardcore punk, and you hear all those guitars going like, and it's like a big cacophony, and you're like, this kind of sounds like I was about to swear on this, but it sounds like not really that good.
Yeah.
You know. But if you're like closing your eyes and you're existing outside of yourself and you let go of your ego, you let go of your ego, then you can enjoy this music. So this song, to me, is my alter ego of attempting to be egoless.
Whoa. Okay.
This is too outside
Okay.
of the box.
Real like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, like
Guys,
I like that.
I didn't plan like this. Oh no.
That's really
awesome, though.
stupid compared to that.
We're so worried that was
very
stupid.
wise. Oh my
Okay, well,
goodness.
thank you. All right, so a little bit about them now. The group is called Gang Gang Dance, and they are this very unpredictable, creative group that kind of creates this genre of its own, because it doesn't really limit itself into any category. All of them are really just experimenting. You know, this one guy, he does this really cool thing of like putting his guitar through a synth.
Oh, nice.
So you'll be able to hear out for that. This song that I'm going to play is coming from their second album, God's Money, in 2005. And it blends psych rock, ambient electronic, hip hop, and Eastern music. And with their music, it really, I'm inspired by them as artists and to what I said before, because they're really all just about feeling more than anything. So, you know, let go of anything you know about like music technically and really just try and feel it. Oh, there was like one little fun fact I have about the band. It's not really that
Throw it.
fun,
Throw it.
and I have
Let's do it.
no idea if it's true or not, but Wikipedia tells me so.
Okay.
But apparently there were originally like 5 members, and then one of them died in 2002 getting hit by lightning
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
at 25. So now there's 4.
That's really crazy.
Where did this band take place? What's like our
Manhattan. Manhattan. They're
Okay.
out of Manhattan, yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Oh, I'm excited. I've never heard of this at all.
It really reminds me of Rain. So
Oh, that's mine is just rain. My song has so much rain in it.
I feel like that's fun. Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. This is Gang Gang Dance Egowar. That was Gang Gang Dance, Egowar.
Yeah, that was awesome. How do you guys feel about it?
I just definitely heard like that like guitar synth and stuff. Like I felt there was like really cool things going on production wise. It definitely hit a groove as well. Like it's a really strange groove.
A
but,
very
like,
strange groove.
Yeah.
The singer kind of reminds me of like Yoko Ono.
Yeah, that was actually what I was thinking.
Yeah. And like everyone like makes fun of Yoko Ono, and I actually don't know. Educate me if I'm totally wrong, because I know that like she's canceled for like some reason. Is that true?
I don't know.
I feel like it's an association to John Lennon, but
I always just
don't
thought
know.
people like used her as an excuse to like when they were like fans were really annoyed that the Beatles broke up, so they took it out on Yoko Ono. That's
Oh.
yeah, I think that's
I
kind
thought
of.
she was actually really creative,
Yeah,
and like
I-
people would like diss on her creativity often, and I thought it was like she did something wrong.
you know, I think she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've seen like online, it's mostly been like just because people think John Lennon's like really pretentious.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff. So,
true.
so
I mean,
it's
they
kind
were
of like,
pretty pretentious.
They weren't together, but it's kind of drifted over like over time, and like it's kind of got a little lost there.
Yeah. The band actually is like this one. They are a little unbearable. Like watching, like the little snippet there that I said of like an egoless, like ego, da da da. Like imagine that's how you talk all the time. Yeah, it would get a little tiring, but you know, it's good to
Yeah.
like explore it. You know, once in a while as
Of
your
course.
alter ego.
Yeah, you nailed the
Yeah.
theme. You guys are both totally nailed the theme so far. This is like
thank
Okay.
you.
So now it's my turn.
James, let's go.
So like imagine right now. Imagine I have this bald cap on. Okay?
Why do we
Because
have
it
to
adds to
imagine?
the- it
Why
adds
do we
the
have to
character of the
imagine?
alter ego? Because when I first thought about this, okay, I thought alter ego opposite, complete opposite. I was just trying to look for something that was opposite, and I tried to pull from like personal experience. And personally, I feel that somebody in my house who I live with has a bit of like an opposite vibe to his music. Sometimes
They live together, guys.
most of the time, I don't get it. So I was like, why don't I try to look at some like emo, Midwest emo music?
Hell
To
yeah.
try to find one. And what came to mind is a song from our actual Time Trouble mix last season that Ryan put on. And usually Ryan's playing like, I can respect the emo bands. I can respect Brave Little Abacus. Sometimes they are just a little, their voices get on my nerves a little. They grind my gears.
You're just not supposed to listen to that part.
Like
you just
it's
listen
not
to
something
Ryan.
I'd usually, tap into, but Dodge Dart, this song, I just fell in love with the instrumentation on this song. Some amazing strings off it, amazing drums, and finally, I honestly think the emo voice in this song is like absolutely amazing. It fits it so perfectly. So yeah, I was gonna wear a bald cap and glasses, but the bald cap.
Oh, because you're Ryan. Oh.
Pan to me. Put the ball cap on, and then
that'll take a bit, I think.
okay.
You do that during the song,
Put it in
guys.
front.
It kind of feels like my head's gonna pop.
Put it
like,
over the
okay.
headphone.
You know what? We won't worry about it, but you can see
Let's
the.
play Dodge Dart,
Yeah.
please, because it's fantastic. I love this song.
Give us
It
your
was released in
glasses.
2000. No date given.
This is Dodge Dart, kind of like spitting.
There's no accounting for taste, I guess she said. Since you mirror everyone that you ever met. Don't worry, I'll see you soon and I believed you. Since then I haven't seen you. But a better time, you were a friend of mine. You were the one who said I don't mind. You just can't find me. You swept it up inside. You foot down on the gas, never looking back. You are the lucky one who did it like a freeway. Stuck within reach, right? But by 7 nightmare you for the lucky one. Everywhere I go, you color.
That was dodge dart, kind of like spitting, you know?
Yes.
Writing is so good, too. It's
It's-
just so emo, it's so good.
It's so classic. Oh my gosh.
Classic.
Is it not like a little math rocky? Like, am I crazy
Oh,
for that? I'm
totally.
hearing like
Wouldn't it be-
some
you
time
tell us.
signature. I'm hearing some stuff.
I wouldn't really define it like that. I feel like it's kind of vague when it comes to these like smaller artists, because they're obviously pulling from a lot of influences. I can see that. Personally, I would just call this emo, not really Midwest emo. I'm not
calling this math rock or
I
anything.
don't
just
really know the genre
What is
description.
math rock
I just-
then?
math rock is like rock when it like switches.
They're doing, like,
time
calculations.
sequences and
Oh,
stuff.
it's like based on math. That's the
it's
whole
very
thing.
music theory.
Yeah,
like,
it's
hella,
very
like,
music theory.
Yeah.
Oh, and because like punk is not at all.
Yeah,
So
that's
okay,
kind of the
it's
idea.
like punk, but like plus the theory bit.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to have like a beer with those dudes. Like that's like the first thing I thought,
yeah. It's really like
and like talk about everything that's like going wrong in my life.
yeah. They would get it. They would get it.
And
Okay, yeah.
that's like our second time featuring, kind of like spinning also. That
Yeah.
means like
And we also. No, you didn't. Did you do that?
So no, I didn't get the
Okay,
chance
okay,
to,
yeah, okay.
but
Hopefully. at
hopefully
some
maybe
point.
one day.
Classic band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song. Imagine if I had the bald cap on still.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't be able to like tell a difference.
It's
honestly.
true.
Yeah, that's
If-
true.
And if I had worn the glasses too, it would have been like night and day.
That's really true.
I mean, not night and day, like the exact same.
No, day and day.
and
Like,
day. Not
actually,
day.
it'd be
Yeah,
day
yeah,
and
yeah.
day.
all right. So Owen.
well, I think we're at the halfway point of the show. So do you want to take it away again with
Oh my
your
goodness.
very
yes.
special
My very
creation
special
here?
interview.
really go.
Yeah. So, bringing back to like the anti-folk little thing we did here. I got the chance to interview Jeffrey Lewis, who we just listened to last time I did Acid. I went insane. And I got to talk to him about, kind of his career and his musical creation. And plus, like, he's also an artist. So he talks about, comics and working on stuff like that. It was a really fun interview. He's very, very, very nice person. So,
Wait, this is the guy who did that song?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How the hell did you get
Yeah,
that?
Boom.
Boom.
He told me he was
What
like,
emails are you sending? Like, what the hell?
That's, I actually
He
want to
gets
see what
everyone.
Ryan's emails
Ryan
looks
gets
like.
everyone.
I was really like, he really likes, like, as he told me, blabbering, but it's so much more than that. He has such great insights and so much experience in this kind of genre, and it's just like he's such a smart dude.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
a crazy
like,
downplay to call that blabbering. But like,
well,
of
that's what
course
he
he's gonna
calls it.
say
It's
that.
like,
His music sounds so vintage. I honestly like assumed like he was dead. Or, like,
no. He's been making music since like the 90s or something. He's gonna be around for a little longer, I hope. So yeah.
okay, awesome.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna run
Play
this.
it.
Okay.
Let's do it. And we got a really cool little intro visualizer thing. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
made by me, motion graphic.
Well, introduction to me. My name's Jeffrey Lewis. I live in New York City. I make songs, I make comic books, and I have a new album coming out March 21st, 2025. So I have a number of tours coming up, and that's what's going on from my end of things. Hey everybody, thanks for coming. This is the sort of annual, not entirely annual, Lewis family event in which myself and various family members gather and just do what we do. There's many. By the time I started playing at Sidewalk, I first started playing the open mic there in 1998 when I first started making up songs, and I had never heard of anti-folk, even though it was right here in my neighborhood. It was just such a small little self-contained scene. I don't think I had ever heard that word before, but they had a fanzine, and they had all these people that were doing stuff that I thought was interesting, and I wanted to just hang out there all the time, and I would always sketch the performers. I would bring my sketchbook and do sketches of the people playing, and I was starting to make up my own songs, and I was in my early 20s at that time, and yeah, it was just this interesting thing to participate in and be a part of.
Time flows like an hour, I'll be a man tomorrow, the world is goodbye, 'cause it ain't on the TV now.
Me and my brother Jack played the show at Sidewalk, and we're just selling this tape of our songs, and it just kind of went from there. I'd sort of made another tape of songs the following year, and kind of about once a year, all the songs that I've been writing, I would kind of compile onto one cassette, and it was very cheap to manufacture these cassettes. I would just sell them for $3, and I was always drawing comic books, so I would always have a little folded comic book that came with the tape. I was one of the last people to switch to doing CDs. At that time, everybody was kind of making CDRs, really, in the early 2000s, and I was still just doing this cassette thing. Daniel Johnston was just my biggest guiding light, and that was what Daniel had done, just record his songs directly onto tape. I just thought that was the most direct thing to do. I was just so blown away by the existence of Daniel Johnston, and everything that he did just was so inspirational to me. I wouldn't have even started making songs if I hadn't heard his stuff. So I really owe him everything from the beginning up till now.
Pancho Villa.
The Moldy Peaches started playing at Sidewalk, and they got signed to Rough Trade Records in England. People in England were really excited about what is this stuff going on in New York City. And so the record label asked the Moldy Peaches, like, well, who else is playing in New York City that is worth checking out? And lucky for me, they recommended my stuff. I just got this message from Rough Trade Records, which was is a very legit record label that put out a lot of albums that I had in my own collection.
2, 3, 4. I thought Rough Trade was like a little movie to tell their history. Just like 24-hour party people did for Factory. That joke was more relevant 5 years ago. I also did this footage. I also did one for K Records in case Rough Trade drops me.
I couldn't believe that this record label was contacting me. I only had my little cassettes. You could call it my lucky break, even though it wasn't something that I was ever looking for or thinking about. I just put together some of the songs from my tapes. Rough Trade put that stuff out on a CD, and suddenly it was like, oh, I have this real CD out on a real record label that's out in the real world. That kind of took this huge leap from just these bedroom cassettes to having this weird stamp of legitimacy that I would never have gone for myself. I never would have had the thought of sending my stuff to record labels. Well, unfortunately, that's not what she actually said. She really said something more like this. I did grow up in a kind of hippie counterculture environment in which there was no television. My parents were just very disconnected from that kind of culture. There was no interest in having a television in the house. So for me, comic books was like my main source of entertainment as a kid, even when I was very, very little. Not only was I interested in reading comics, but I could, copy them, I could draw, I could make my own comics, my own characters, and that was a lot of how I had fun. I would just be sitting, I didn't have a TV to watch or video games to play or any of that stuff. It was just by a force of circumstance. And then also just not having any money created a creative environment. So this idea of just making something based on what is immediately at hand was not something that I thought of as anything special. That was just how things went, and that, I suppose, developed into making my own comics and everything else.
Life is a story, don't you doubt? Bad times give you something to talk about.
It feels so good when I've made something that I feel excited about, that I think of it as somebody who's addicted to playing a slot machine at a gambling casino in Las Vegas or something, and they just keep pulling the handle of the slot machine and spending their time and spending their quarters, and you lose 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 and you lose. But then when that jackpot comes up, it feels so good, and it's just so validating to me to make something that I feel like I've done a good job on. I just continue pulling that handle, making one bad song after another bad song, after another bad drawing, after another bad drawing. It's all because I somehow have this belief that if I just keep on failing, there'll be some reward at the end of it where it'll have been worth it, because those rewards when I make stuff that I feel good about, it just is such a high. It's just I just feel so exuberant about it. I try going to an open mic once a week, and that's a great little interaction right there. It keeps me creating. It's like, can I write something that is gonna make me feel proud of getting up in front of a room full of strangers and they're all playing their songs, and how can I participate in this creative process on a regular basis? It's very humbling, because just because I've done all this stuff, it doesn't necessarily mean that the song I make up this week is going to be any better than anybody else who's playing that open mic. It's just an endless challenge.
Yeah.
Yay!
Let's go. Oh my god, that was awesome.
awesome.
I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. Oh my
Such a great guy. I love that.
Also, a great
that
little
attitude.
piece of advice for all creatives is that, just like you keep making, and something's gonna turn up.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that was like.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, no,
So
like literally,
cool.
Ryan, you killed it with that interview. The sequencing was so good. Like everything was like, just the timing on everything was so perfect. I'm already excited to watch that back. This will be on our YouTube. Very
I
quickly.
can't wait. Like, I'm gonna be logging that.
When's this
so many
YouTube going
times.
up, guys?
Hopefully soon.
Sorry.
Yeah, so who's gonna make the YouTube
no,
channel
My
then?
bad. I was supposed to do that already.
That's the
YouTube
real
banner.
alter ego here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I haven't been posting to Spotify either.
Oh
okay.
no, I have. I got the Spotify. I love it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
You can check the Spotify, and yeah, I had to get rid of some of our ones from last time because there were only like 3 songs on them, but I kept all the ones that had like a lot of songs.
Okay, lit. And guys, we're posting a lot more to our Instagram now too, so check with
Posting
that.
all the content,
Like everything and share everything.
Share everything, post everything on your story, all of them, send them all to 4 or 5 people that
Burn
you
it
know.
on CD and give it to
Burn it on
everybody.
CD. Make a poster collection.
I mean, yeah, and like also, keep your ears open for if we do another mix, because a new mix CD may be coming soon.
Oh yeah.
Very soon, maybe.
Be ready for that episode, because then you can
I
slide
love
down.
that mix. I play it all the time.
It's classic.
Yeah, no. it is
All right,
awesome.
so do you have any other song picks?
Yeah, I think we got time for at least 2 more songs here.
Owen, I want to
So yeah,
hear
we got
from
the
you.
Yeah, come on,
like-
we got
It's just
yours.
like I was like, I'll go last, because then this is when the episode gets so like Des, like it's gonna guys, okay, because it's just funny, because James was like, just like last episode when Kailey like did a little like I don't know, prelude to what I was doing, but like James, when he was like, oh yeah, I didn't want to be boring and just pick like, something that's like an opposite. Of course I'm the one that does that, right? So, yeah, like I did focus it a little bit more on the music. I picked something that I'm really into right now. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, alter ego wise, I struggled to think really, really deep on it, and I more just, picked a side of music that I really like, which is, ambient music. I'm a huge fan of any sort of music that incorporates ambient and ambient itself, and I'm usually listening to it to make myself feel, uplifted, or to put myself in a better environment. That's what I really like to do. I think of it very environmentally when it comes to that specific genre. So I picked some very environmental, ambient techno music that is just like really dark and stuff that doesn't represent me really well at all. I don't usually venture into dark music. Like, for example, if anyone listened to the new Ethel Cain EP, like, amazing, but like that's something I'd pick as not my normal ego, right? Like, that's not me. That is not like, that's just like, it carries such a crazy level of like darkness to it that like I could never achieve through my aura. So so yeah, I just picked that. So yeah, going into the songs, I might yap a little on here. We have so much time though.
Go on, yeah.
So yeah, I picked a song by a duo. Should I say the song name? I keep forgetting. Okay, so the song I picked is called "Grown in the Shade of the Glacier" by the duo Rainforest Spiritual Enslavement. So there's a lot of
Interesting.
I know. It's like, this is all just silly. Like, you can laugh through this entire thing if you want. It's
Glacier,
okay.
Rainforest.
Yeah. So like already, Rainforest Spiritual Enslavement, that's their name. So there's just like rain in a lot of their songs. I'm just gonna say that off the bat. That's why I thought it was funny when Kailey was like, "Oh, there's rain," because like
We could
you
probably do a
guys-
whole episode on rain.
That is
Songs
so
that sound
true.
like rain.
The rain episode.
Yeah,
Or just like the sound of rain. Sometimes I go to sleep to that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up to the sound of rain when our basement.
Episode is like
Let's go as well with recent events, guys.
Their basement flooded. Their basement
Type of
flooded.
music to listen to when your basement floods in the early morning.
Songs to listen to when you're cleaning up all the water in your basement because it's flooded.
Okay, yeah, I didn't mean to manifest that at all. Yeah, the thing about it now, there's a whale on the cover. It is from an album called Killer Whale Atmosphere, so it probably would have gone well with our sea episode too. But like, I didn't want to pick a dark killer animal at all, so I won't.
Do they know what the sea episode is?
They
No,
don't,
no,
they
but
don't.
that's gonna be a classic banger.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
We
banger.
don't need to talk about it yet.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Saving it.
Okay. Shh.
All right. So yeah, going into Rainforest Spiritual Enslavement. Yeah, they are described as an environmental ambient techno duo, like no joke. Like that is their like how they label themselves, and it consists of two producers, Dominic Furno and Philip Halais. Yeah, these guys are like a pretty new discovery of mine because again, I'm not usually venturing into music that looks scary or sounds scary. And yeah, I first listened to them like through this album that I will be playing a song from today, this Whale one. I feel like a lot of them are, a lot of their records like place you sort of somewhere. So I guess this one's like really deep in the ocean. My favorite one of theirs is like a jungle one. It's a very like snake album, a lot of snake noises. This one's really cool too. This is their most recent project. Yeah, I was like really, I think I listened to it at like the start of semester 3, so it is pretty recent for me. That would just be like last year around September, and yeah, I was like instantly drawn by like how lush their sound was, even though it was so dark. Like you won't really hear much distortion. It's really lush and it's really heavy on the low end, which is really cool and really fun to listen to in ambient music. Again, it is dub, so you're gonna hear a lot of bass, which is really cool.
Oh, it's dub and ambient?
Yeah, it's ambient dub. So
Cool. I never heard of that subgenre
yeah.
before.
Oh no, it is an awesome subgenre. See, that's something I really like.
Combo.
But again, this is just
That's
so
a
dark.
crazy combo, actually. Wow.
No, it's awesome because it's ambient that is so focused on the low end that it's just like that's what you're mainly listening to, and usually there's a bit of rhythm to it too. This song especially that I picked, it just follows a 4 on the floor rhythm like the song that I picked last episode. So I thought it was like a bit of a fun contrast because they're the exact same tempo, like exact same speed, exact same rhythm. So even though this doesn't really follow dub, it more follows house. I thought it was really cool because they contrast each other so well because this is such a dark version. This is something that like you wouldn't play in a family-friendly outside rave or whatever. Like you would play this in a cave, like no lighting, just a cave, a narrow cave.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Like
so
the guy who got trapped in that cave.
yeah, so I
What music do you want to listen to when you're trapped in a cave?
exactly. Actually, I don't know if you get much of a feeling of being trapped. You probably want to be relaxed to this. Okay.
I'm so excited to hear this. I need to hear this right now.
Wait. I got a little bit more. Just the things I appreciate the most in their music. I guess what sets them apart from like ambient in general. Like I would seriously call these guys one of my favorite ambient acts. Aside the whole dark thing, aside this whole alter ego thing, because I just really like how they encapsulate their themes, not just in the music, but like in their artwork, in their track titles, even in their packaging. I have a couple of their records, and it's so cool. I was showing Ryan one earlier, and it has a whole snake etched onto it. It's super cool, and I really appreciate it. And yeah. I think we're gonna roll it now. I'm rolling it 5 minutes in. It's a long song. All the songs are long. Whatever. But yeah, this is Ryan. Take it off. Do it.
This is grown in the shade of a. This is sorry. This is grown in the shade of the Glacier.
Bye.
Rainforest Spiritual Enslavement. Oh my god. Okay.
It's a mouthful.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, that's it.
spooky. There's a thunderclap.
Did-
It was,
yeah,
it was
did you
making
guys
me think
hear
of,
that?
Like, you know, like Stan by Eminem. That's the first song that came to mind when I heard that thunderclap.
Shoutouts to Stan.
You're slim.
I was sad for that one to finish. Like I could go.
Ooh.
Like I'm glad that it's a 12-minute long song.
Yeah, this song's 8 minutes 30, but their records, I don't think they have a single record under under an hour. Like you're gonna get a lot of music if you step into one of the records, and it usually, even though the songs are very long and stretched out, like things change enough to keep you entertained.
Definitely
So-
making me a little sleepy, to be honest, but it was like an evil sleep. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, like
sleeping and never waking up type of sleep.
yeah, or sleeping and waking up, you found out your
basement's
basement's
This
flooded.
is the song I'd want to die to.
In a cave.
Rather sinister death. It's like the
Yeah.
guy who got caught in the cave and they got him out.
Yeah,
But I feel like
I'm
it's
adding
apt
it to
description.
my Spotify right now.
yeah, Kelly, if you want me to cook you up a little ambient dub playlist, not dumb.
Please.
But
ambient
yeah,
dumb playlist,
hearing that you've never dove into that genre, like
No.
it is one of my favorites, and it's definitely one that I think is much more like hard than a lot of people. Like I hear those bass lines, I hear those kicks, and my head is completely banging.
I've heard
yeah, I
ambient
love it.
dub, but not kind of like never music like that where I noticed like you didn't really want to dance to it. It wasn't kind of
Yeah,
like a
definitely not.
dancing dub. Most dub I feel like is very, very dancey.
That's true. That's true.
This was like I don't know what even mood. It's no mood that I can add a word
Yeah.
to. Like
It's just all atmosphere. Like it's weird.
It's just like when I'm feeling really, really, especially funky and introspective, maybe.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my alter ego, I guess. My rainforest alter ego, my
Wow.
whale self.
Rainforest, Glacier,
Yeah.
evil, enslavement.
Hell yeah.
Now,
dark.
James, I heard you came in with 2 alter egos.
I did.
True.
Although the second one is a little less defined, so you're gonna have to like stay with me here. I need to improvise it a bit.
It's okay. I'm
because,
excited. I'm excited for this
You
one.
know, I had to choose another alter ego. I didn't really want to do another emo song because Ryan's definitely the expert on that, and I didn't really want to talk.
We'll hear
about
that in
won't take
later
that away from
episodes.
you. No.
I was thinking, what's
true.
a type of music that I'm listening to that like no one knows? That was the kind of vibe, like going back to the Batman.
Yeah, you got it.
What's like you're listening at you turn into a listener at night that no one knows.
The listener at
But like this is like not even the night. It's like every day. Actually, not every day, but I do listen to it a lot. It's more like soundtracks and video game soundtracks.
This is our first
Whoa.
OST. First
alter
OST
ego, alter
everyone.
ego
Premiere,
gamer.
actually.
Yes.
Was not expecting that.
Anyway, this is a song from an amazing game, which is like basically a book at this point. Like I feel like it doesn't feel too much like a game. This game, but it's
Yeah.
called Disco Elysium. It's a classic, amazing writing. But they got a band to do the soundtrack for this game called, I think, British Sea Power or Sea Power. So they cranked out a whole OST for this game, and it's some of like the best music ever for like invoking the feeling of the game. Like
Yeah, it
it
matches
might
the
not
vibe very
sound
well.
like anything too crazy. I mean, it's a really great song, but like once you play the game and like this is like the main location that you're in, like you start in this location, it's like the bar, you're talking to so many people, it's like a detective
It's an
game, you're
RPG,
talking to
right?
so many people in this bar, and you just always come back to this bar, and there's this song that plays during the day where you spend most of it, and this song it's just so good. I'd love to sample it. It's just amazing.
Yeah, the soundtrack is great.
And then also like there's also like nighttime versions of it where it gets kind of ambient and like cozy, and like I just love when games do that, when like the soundtrack changes and morphs throughout the day. So anyway, yeah, this one's called it's the Whirling-In-Rags. That's the name of the bar, and it's just really it evokes such feeling.
All right, let's go.
classic. Oh, just a classic. You know, the horns. I just love the horns in that song.
Absolutely. There's so many songs in this soundtrack that I have never heard because I haven't made it past the tutorial. The very first mission, it takes forever. I might be like 30 hours in. I don't think I figured it out yet.
It's a patient one.
You must be very patient.
What do you have to do?
You basically like you're trying to solve a murder. Like you're a detective and you've like lost your memory. So basically, you can like mold this detective into like whatever you want to be. You can be like a drunkard or like, you know, just an insane person. And you're just trying to solve this murder, and it's just, you know, a winding story. So many different pieces, and it's like it gets pretty depressing. It's all about like psyche and like inside your mind and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Because I was so far into the game and I hadn't really gotten into like any situation. In my time, I was so far into the game. Okay, I was like maybe 20 hours invested. I didn't realize that there was a life-threatening situation that could befall me. And it just kind of like when you die in that game, you're dead.
Yeah,
that's it. Like you start again. I dropped to my knees. I was devastated. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Very
anyway,
peaceful song. Yeah.
Yeah, it invokes so much. It's like invokes already a lot, but like it invokes so much more when you've played it. And you just know that location.
It's a really, really dynamic soundtrack, and I think it's like maybe one of the best ones we've gotten in a little while, especially from like such a small studio.
And they had to shut down. That's okay. They can't make a sequel, unfortunately.
It's tragic.
Yeah. So my alter ego number 2 is a little gamer.
I like that.
A little gamer.
Yeah. No, I like that, and I really, really like how we featured an OSD, because that's like a very underrepresented. Like that's like
Owen's
a hated
been begging
on.
for
Like,
ages.
I might have to feature another one
of.
because there are so many good ones out there. It's just amazing.
But yeah, like movie, video game, anything, like OSDs are definitely really underrepresented, especially in music curation, which is sort of what we're doing. So yeah, that was really awesome. Thank you for bringing that, James.
Anyways, that's all the time we have for today. We got
that is wraps.
30 seconds till we're out.
I can't believe we finished like exactly on
exactly on
guys,
time.
Everyone did so well for that time. Like that was so well timed.
That's
I didn't
Now we know
do
all
any
our alter
queuing.
egos. Like last episode, we know the
Yes.
club, and now we know the clubs that they're dancing at.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're learning all.
We're
about
building a
us.
lot right now.
Yes.
Building like a large lore, like time travel universe.
Time travel lore.
Extended.
Anyways, everyone wave bye.
Wait. Hold on, guys. Because we can go over time, remember? We can go over time. Let me go over time.
Okay. What do you got?
What's happening?
Next episode, okay?
Oh, yes.
Everyone tune in for next episode, because it's going to get classy. It's going to get antique. We're going to be throwing back, and we're going to be impressing
We're throwing
everyone's
it back.
grandparents, okay?
Now we're learning about our grandparents.
Yes.
We're learning about everyone's grandparents. Oh my gosh.
We met the alter egos.
Generations.
Now you meet the parents.
Now you're meeting the
This is good.
generations.
The generations episode. So yeah, that'll be out next week. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. Everything will be up on the YouTube. We forgot the content warning again.
These were all opinions.
Yeah, these are all our opinions for the person that's evaluating us right now.
Did you say any negative things? Like,
yeah, we said nothing negative.
I
It's
hate
alter
this song.
egos. Nothing is objective here, everyone. Thank you all for tuning
Like,
in.
no, that song was not cool.
Yeah, basically all the songs we played were amazing.
Yeah,
So like,
basically, yeah. Anyways,
All
everyone
right.
say bye at the same
Everyone give
time.
their
3,
wave.
2, 1, bye.